Hello, everybody. It is 9:30 p.m. and you know what that's time for? An exciting episode of Tales from the Toilet. I'm only kidding. It's not from the toilet. It's from the booth. It's the Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales. One story or one fairy tale per night. And there's 197 to go. Epic. So you've got me for 197 more days. That's if I'm not ill or anything like. So do come on my Facebook fan page, or YouTube channel, whichever you are on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me first start by saying, apologies. To those that attempted to watch on YouTube yesterday, I do sincerely apologise. Facebook acted a bit weird and didn't go live automatically, whereas I would normally push go live on YouTube and actually forgot to because I had to do it manually on Facebook, thus sidetracking myself. So you were sat there for the whole 25 minutes not knowing what was going on, and I really do feel so bad about it. You can watch the replay on my Facebook page, British Voiceover. Do take a look for Chris Kendall on Facebook. And if you find it, you will see all of the videos that have been saved from my lives. Yesterday's... Let me think. It's about the little elves in the cabin, I believe. Right, okay. Do give me a shout when you come on. Let me know you are there. Hello, is it you I'm waiting for? Yes. And I will give you a shout out as well, so I know who's on what channel. Okay. Drop into the chat. I can see a few on my main page. Let's have a check of the other one. I do apologize. I keep looking up. With me being in the booth, I've got the monitor there. Normally, I would be standing there looking at the monitor, but I'm actually sitting down now because of obviously the duration of the reading. So to answer some questions for some, if it's long-form narration, yes, I sit down. If it's not, and if it's commercial work or IVR, I'll stand up. But that's why I keep looking up to the side or looking up in front of me, because I'm actually looking at the monitor, which is angled down towards me, where I put the scripts on. Just in case you wondered. Hi, Eamon. Welcome to the stream, my good man. You are watching via my fan/business page. I know they changed them from being fan pages to business pages. Thank you, Kimberly, for reacting to my video. Welcome on board. What is going on? One sec. All of my displays are going wonky. It's not... I guess this is what happens when you're a one-man band. Okay, remember, do jump onto that chat room, onto the chat below the video, and do let me know with thumbs up, likes, loves, whatever you want. And do say hi. Let me know #live if it's a live video you're watching. And let me know #replay if you're watching this video back. It helps with my analytics to know whereabouts you are, what you're doing, at what time you're watching it. Just so I can sort of gauge a little bit more. It's like, yes, I can see you were a bit drunk last night, Eamon, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. You weren't out of line at all in any way, so no need to worry about that, my good man. Hello, Kimberly. Thank you for the wave. Welcome on board. Just going to wait for a couple more to get on and drop their hellos. Remember, if you're on YouTube, please do like, share, and subscribe. And do click, if you could kick it. Click the bell notification icon if you do want to be reminded of when I am going live. Also, the same applies, I believe, on Facebook. If you look for my fan page, you can click the follow on that one. Actually, I think you can click follow on the profile as well. Not entirely sure how to do that. But thank you very much for watching. regardless, wherever you are, on whatever platform you are watching this on. Do feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about anything. And I did get a question last night from Eamon. He did say to me, he says, you know what would be really good is if one day you would do a question and answer for the people that watch. And you know what? Votes are all to you. If you want to sit and you want to ask me questions with regards to my voiceover business or just in general, then do let me know because I can make it happen. I'm not the kind of guy that generally sort of is too outgoing and will be very self-centered and talk about themselves constantly. I'm not. I'm quite reserved in a way. But regardless, let's get on with the important part, and that is the story of tonight. This one is a relatively short story, so about maybe 10, 15 minutes. That's about it. Maybe less. Who knows? It is 2 pages, so that's how short it is. However, it should be as entertaining and exciting as the other stories. Welcome to the additional that have just joined me on my main page, on my main profile. Again, I do advise that I have not pre-read any of these stories, so if I do make any mistakes during the sentences, please do understand, and I apologize in advance. Normally, in a session, you would normally edit that out, and it would be absolutely fine from there. But this is live, as you can see from up there, I think. Is it up there or is it up there? Up there, I think. Up there. Yeah, up there. This is live, but obviously if it's replay, it's not live. So here we go. Today's story is called The Three Spinners. There was once a girl who was idle and would not spin, and let her mother try as she might, she could not bring her to do it. At last the mother was so overcome with anger and impatience that she beat her, on which the girl began to weep loudly. Now at this very moment the queen drove by, and when she heard the weeping she stopped her carriage, went into the house and asked the mother why was she beating her daughter, so that her cries could be heard on the road ahead. Then the woman was ashamed to reveal the laziness of her daughter and said, I cannot get her to quit spinning. She insists on spinning forever and ever, and I am poor and cannot procure flax. And cannot procure the flax. Hi, Danny, welcome to the stream. Then answered the queen, There is nothing that I like better than the sound of spinning, and I am never happier than when the wheels are humming. Let me have your daughter with me in the palace. I have flax enough, and there she shall spin as much as she likes. The mother was heartily satisfied with this, and the queen took the girl with her. When they arrived at the palace, she led her up into the 3 rooms which were filled. Rumpelstiltskin. I recognize this one. When they had arrived at the palace, she led her up into the 3 rooms which were filled from the bottom to the top with the finest flax. Now spin me this flax, she said, and when you have done, you shall have my eldest son for a husband. Even if you are poor, I do not care about that, for you are an industrious worker. The girl was secretly terrified, for she could not have spun the flax. No, not if she had lived till she was 300 years old, and had sat at it every day from morning till night. When she was alone, she began to weep, and sat thus for 3 days without moving a finger. On the 3rd day came the queen, and when she saw that nothing had been spun yet, she was surprised. But the girl excused herself by saying that she had not been able to begin because of her great distress at leaving her mother's house. Then the queen was satisfied with this, but said she was going away. Tomorrow you must begin work. When the girl was alone again, she did not know what to do, and in her distress went to the window. Then she saw 3 women coming towards her, the first of whom had a broad, flat foot. The second had such a great underlip that it hung down over her chin, and the third had a broad thumb. strange as you could see all that from a distance. When the girl was alone again, no, I apologize. They remained and standing before the window looked up and asked the girl what was amiss with her. She complained of her trouble, and they offered to help and said, "If you will invite us to the wedding, not be ashamed of us, and will call us your aunts, and likewise will place us at your table, we will spin up the flax for you, and that in a very short time." "With all my heart," she replied. "Come in and begin work at once." Then she let in 3 strange women and cleared a place in the first room where they seated themselves and began their spinning. The one drew the thread and trod on the wheel. The other wetted the thread, and the third twisted it and stuck it to the table with her finger. And as often as she struck it, the skein of thread fell to the ground and was spun in the finest manner possible. The girl concealed the 3 spinners from the queen and showed her whatever she came to the great. The girl concealed all 3 spinners from the queen and showed her whenever she came the great quantity of spun thread, until latter she could not praise her enough. When the first room was empty, she went to the second, and then the last, and at last to the third, and that was quickly cleared. Then the 3 women took leave and said to the girl, "Do not forget what you have promised us. It will make your fortune. When the maiden showed the queen the empty rooms and the great heap of yarn, she gave orders for the wedding. And the bridegroom rejoiced that he should have such a clever, industrious wife, and praised her mightily. "I have 3 aunts," said the girl, "and as they have been very kind to me, I should not like to forget them in my good fortune. Allow me to invite them to the wedding, and let them sit at the table with us." The queen and the bridegroom said, "Why should we not allow that?" Therefore, when the feast began, the 3 women entered in strange apparel, and the bride said, "Welcome, dear aunts." "Ah," said the bridegroom, however did you get such odious friends?" He went to one with the broad flat foot and said, "How do you come by such a broad foot?" "By treading," she answered, "by treading." Then the bridegroom went to the second and said, "How do you come by your falling lip?" "By licking," she answered, "by licking." Then he asked the third, "How do you come by your broad thumb?" "By twisting the thread," she answered, "by twisting the thread." As this the king's son was alarmed and said, "Neither now nor ever shall my beautiful bride be touch a spinning wheel," and thus she got rid of the hateful flax spinning. Told you it was short. Hope you enjoyed it, though. I did think it was going to be Rumpelstiltskin with the spinning wheel, and I was thinking, but then, was it Rumpelstiltskin who pricked? She pricked her finger on the spinning wheel. I can't quite remember. I hope you did enjoy that regardless. Anyway, it was a nice short story. These are more like notes. It's like note stories that they just banged into a book. You know, when you wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, "Oh, that's a really good idea. Write it all down." And then they publish half-written stories. It was good. It was interesting. I did like it. Tomorrow, however, do not miss it. For we have... It couldn't be more awesome. Germanic text. Hansel and Gretel. The original. So God knows what is going to happen in that story. Based on the previous stories, where there's been death, and people losing eyes, and people losing limbs, and the other torturous things that have happened in these stories. Bear in mind that these are fairy tales that are not to be read to children, or shouldn't be read to children if you like them to sleep. But tomorrow we have Hansel and Gretel, and I'm excited to read that one. Again, I haven't read it, but there it is. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, yeah. Hansel and Gretel. So you've got that to tune into tomorrow for video number 15. 15 days I've been doing this straight now. 15! Thank you very much for joining tonight. I was on the edge as to whether or not I was going to read, because I was a bit tired, and I've been a bit chesty today. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's safe. Isolating and keeping yourselves motivated, fit. Well, I don't know where fit came from, because I haven't been doing much exercise. I've probably put my body weight on in additional... Never mind. We've always got after the lockdown. Right. Enjoy the rest of your evening, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, possibly. You never know. And I shall see you tomorrow for Hansel and Gretel.